Hey guys, this one's gonna be more of a serious topic. It's not like I haven't covered those before anyway, but this one in particular is gonna be about Gaza and Palestine and Israel, and honestly, why nobody. Okay, I guess the police heard about my video and are coming to stop me. And why nobody actually cares when it comes to the average person, and why there are people who are adamantly against Palestine, and there are also people against Israel or whatever. But let's get right into it. First, I really wanted to address something pretty damn relatable to I think most people, and that is this sort of entitlement. I don't believe that a country has the right to exist when that country endangers the lives of others. And if it does do that, which I think most countries will meet that criteria, if you are unable to defend yourself, then maybe you should not exist. I also think if you are going to be a threat to a neighboring country, they have 100% right to put you down. And at the end of the day, I think what people are missing is that there's a harsh reality, which is your own people are more important than people of a different country. I know, shocking. Everyone wants to pretend this is not the case. I don't know why. I don't know why this people act like what? Israel doesn't care that they're bombing a place that's not there. Yeah, that's how this works. As a leader of a government, your job is to protect your people at whatever costs it takes. The blood is on your hands. The consequences are typically ones you have to deal with, but also could be consequences your people have to deal with. In this case, I don't see the Israeli people having to deal with any consequences for this, and I barely see. And the president is already dealing with his consequences, and I barely see anyone thinking otherwise. I mean, there are genuine pro-Palestine people that think Israel is going to stop existing, and that is not happening. Like, to say that Israel is completely a powerhouse in that region would be an understatement. They are not losing. They are heavily outnumbered and have withstood the test of time. And honestly, that in itself is genuinely amazing. Regardless of the aid they've had, they have been deadlocked by people who hate them for a very long time and have persevered. That just goes into the whole Jewish ingenuity and genius, really. If you guys don't know, they are, I believe, the majority of our Nobel Peace Prize winners. It's a very smart population. But it's this like sort of entitlement that because you have ancestors that was in an area, you somehow deserve to be there. Like, it's very strange because I would never go back to Africa and take land from some random tribe or some random or go to South Africa and take like some random house in a city or anything like that and say, well, my ancestors were here. It's very strange. I wouldn't give up my home to Native American. None of you would either. So this point has always been very flawed, very stupid. And if you're going to threaten where somebody lives, obviously they're going to protect themselves. It's why we have gun laws in the U.S. partially, right? It's to defend yourself. And it's why in certain states, somebody breaks into your house, what do? You shoot them. And nobody's really gonna give a fuck that you shot that person who's literally at your doorstep trying to take what's yours. You guys can be upset about the fact that Israel's there. I don't care. I think it's stupid to be upset about that. They don't need the people in Gaza, the Arabs in Gaza, and the West Bank don't need Israeli land. They can't even manage the land they have. Uh, like, literally can't even manage the land they have. They've been getting funds to build infrastructure for plenty of years, and they built weapons and tunnels, and yeah, or bought weapons and made tunnels, and it's really hard to find sympathy from the average person for something like that. You just see, well, they got money. What did they do with them? Oh, they bought guns. Okay. Well, they want to fight. Okay, let them fight. Oh, they attacked Israel. Israel then proceeds to completely destroy them. It's like, how much sympathy can I really have? And people will always bring up the children, the children, the children. Again, there were children that were killed in the October 7th attack. If I am a country and I want this to never happen again, at the end of the day, my children are more valuable than yours in the eyes of me as their leader. That's what they expect. Does that mean on a fucking philosophical level they are? No. But it does mean if you are talking about nation versus nation, you have to prioritize your own citizens. The people of Palestine absolutely did, or not Palestine, the people of Gaza absolutely did when their government went and killed a bunch of people in Israel. So clearly, at that moment, their lives were more important than the lives of other people in the eyes of their government. So I always think this is a really weak point. I think it's kind of stupid. I think if you're gonna make the argument that a place shouldn't exist, you better have some big fucking guns and some big balls to step to that government and put them out. If you can't, then shut the fuck up and let them exist. It's this game of the strong eats the weak. That is the world we live in. It works that way in every sphere of life. You get into a fight, the stronger person is probably gonna beat your ass. If you're talking about intellect, that'll be the stronger person in certain things, right? Like all of society is about how the big eats the small, and unironically, Israel is the opposite, I guess. The small eating the big, but you get what I mean. They are the more powerful force, and they are completely able to devour Gaza. And I don't feel sympathy because that's how the world works. Like you can have a certain level of sympathy, but this isn't like this isn't anything new. This isn't anything special. I also think the way the movement in general has been handled has been fucking atrocious. You guys have been, by you guys I mean the pro-Palestinian people across the world, have been absolutely intolerable. You have pushed people who are otherwise neutral or didn't care into really hating your cause. You have been nothing but annoying. You have been nothing but uneducated. You have been nothing but liars in a lot of what you say, and supporting terrorists that will 100% threaten the people in our countries one day if they were allowed to thrive. I just find you all as traitors to your countries, especially the ones screaming pro Hamas rhetoric, which is really insane. And the Jewish hate obviously has been horrible. Um, I think overall, the movement, what it really needed was to not exist. But if you were going to do something like that, you really did need to follow the rules of the land and not be annoying fucks, because you think that gets the message out. Everyone knew about this. There's no one on earth who was like, I didn't know until these assholes stopped me from getting to work on time, and now I want to run them over with my car. That is the least effective way to get someone onto your side. I promise you that. You have a lot of angry people. You have a lot of annoyed people. All of the aid that's being sent over is being given to Hamas. There's video proof of this. Mossab Youssef posted it on his X account. If you guys are curious or want to see some of that proof I'm talking about, there's plenty more videos like what he posted today or a day ago. You guys don't realize that after the October 7th attacks, the not vast majority, about half of Gazan citizens agreed with Hamas and had supported Hamas. So it's very hard to have any like this idea that, well, Gaza isn't Hamas. Well, half of them at least are, and that's very concerning when you're talking about a terrorist organization. You guys want people to weed out terrorists in some magical way. The U.S. tried that for 20 years. It didn't work. I think telling another country to go the insanely long route of 20 years to protect their people and then still probably fail is kind of stupid. This shit is from people talk about this. Have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Like, you think you just go around and you just find terrorists when they're dressed like normal people and then just fucking shoot you in the back of the head? Like, that's not how this works. You think they're above using children? You think they're above using women? These people were suicide bombers and have failed suicide bombing attacks. You think they have morals? Like, I never understood this. And again, your own people uh, are more valuable than the people of another nation. That is the harsh truth of the world. And honestly, I would say it's kind of fucked up, but not really. Like, if I'm voting in a leader, I would hope that they put my life um, as a priority with my money and my decision. But as we see, our government does not do that often. And I think that's a big issue. I think the pro-Palestine movement should have just been a movement of people not being pro-Palestine, but being anti-sending money across the world to another nation. That's 100% fair. I think a lot of Republicans would have been on board too. I think you guys really shot yourselves in the foot with all the supporting Hamas people and the obvious hatred for Jewish people, uh, keeping students inside of a place while you protest outside is not exactly a peaceful solution. Does not create love and peace. I think MLK, in which a lot of you people think you're MLK, I'm going to tell you right now, most of you aren't black, and most of you aren't fighting for civil rights, and most of you aren't pastors, and most of you just aren't fucking MLK. Shocker, shocker. You're not fucking MLK. Stop the bullshit. You're a bunch of crybaby ass, goofy looking fucking college kids. Like, nobody gives a fuck about what you're talking about. Most of you are taking bullshit ass classes like fucking gender studies, fucking political science majors. Like, get the fuck out of here. Nobody cares about your opinion. You guys can't even figure out what you want to be today versus tomorrow. Most of you want to just be seen as like so unique and special. Nobody gives a fuck about your opinion. You guys are children. It goes to show college doesn't teach anything. You guys really need to go through some really rough fucking times in life because people who have been through rough lives don't act like you guys. There's nobody with a really tough fucking life supporting this bullshit. That it's because when you live through like really tough difficulties in life, I feel like the rules of the universe just click in your head one day and you become a functioning member of fucking society in a realistic manner. Whereas a lot of college kids are people who are fucking pampered. They have money. You live in a first world country already. All of you have phones with internet access. You guys are pampered by your by companies and bullshit like that for your bullshit movements. And most of you don't know what struggle is. Most of you deal with like very small struggle throughout your life, and that is the truth for why your opinions on these are so bare bones and like bullshit. Like, I don't understand how you could genuinely believe that the life of a foreign nation is going to be weighed the same as the life of you in your own country, right? Like, I don't know any people who want to send money overseas currently to other nations. But at the same time, you guys were screaming that another nation should basically do the same and caring about the issues of a nation that attack them. Like, yes, when you attack me, I'm going to hit back and it's going to hurt and you may die. Like, this is a harsh reality we all have to accept. When you talk about a government, if you cannot, you as the people cannot control your government and your government is using your money, your resources to attack a foreign nation, maybe you don't deserve a government. Okay? This is not some sort of right people have to have their own government. This is a privilege, and that privilege can very easily be taken away by somebody fucking bigger than you. And clearly, the U.S. is the biggest motherfucker on Earth. So, you guys can be upset about it. It's not a fucking right. It's not some intrinsic thing we need to fight for. If you cannot control your government, and this is what happens with the resources of your land, you have zero right to have fucking land. And when another country comes along after you fuck with them and they completely bomb you into oblivion, I have no sympathy personally. And I think a lot of people feel that way. Like if you attack someone, like these are the rules of engagement for everyone, every individual interaction on a massive scale. Though, if somebody comes up to me and punches me in my fucking face, they are obviously taking on the risk that I hit back and that they might be hurt or killed in the process. Like when you break into someone's house, you are taking this very understood risk that you may be shot or you may be stabbed or whatever. The person may defend themselves and their property. When you do stuff, there are consequences. There's cause and effect. What's currently happening, I don't give a fuck about this bullshit. Well, the history, blah, 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 blah. These people won their land. They're like, yeah, they fucking won the war. It sucks. It fucking sucks, dude. That's literally the formation of every single country on Earth. And the crazy part is the U.S. citizens saying that it's like the fucking revolution didn't happen here. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? We literally just said fuck you to the British just because of some tax. Like, I want you guys to realize that, like, our entire country is formed off of that idea that we could just be like, no, fuck you, we're making our own country. And it works sometimes. Like, if Israel fucking won, they fucking won. Like, if the longer you keep fighting, the worse it's gonna get for you at that point. Israel has been pretty patient, honestly. If it was me, they would have not existed a lot sooner if they wanted to keep it. Like, this is what happened. We freaking tarred and feathered people. Like, we did horrible shit as a nation to get in pursuit of our independence. Okay, Americans were crazy as shit back in the day. Like, you just read about the shit we did to, like, politicians that were British and shit. Like, we were fucking monsters, and rightfully so. We wanted our fucking independence, right? Same with the Civil War. It just got fucking bloody as shit. People were fucking fighting. People lost homes. People lost a lot of stuff. And that's what war is. And guess what? The South lost and they stopped fucking fighting. So maybe it's time for Gaza to do the same. That's really all I have to say. If you punch up, you gotta be ready to get fucking hammered. And I don't give a fuck when it happens. I think it's entertaining. When that happens, when somebody small punches someone big. Sadly, in this case, it's costing plenty of lives, and that's really sad. But at the end of the day, that is not Israel's responsibility. It's kind of Hamas, who is their governing body, to just surrender. At this point, I think if the best solution is Israel takes over Gaza after this. We get rid of that entire conflict between those two, and it becomes part of the Israeli state. And the people fight for equality in the proper way and take actual notes from MLK and do peaceful protests and deliver really beautiful and meaningful speeches talking about humanity as a whole rather than speeches filled with hate and the feeling of I deserve this because blah, 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 blah. No, you should have a dream for everybody of every race, of every religion to come together and live in peace and harmony. That should be the goal. I really do think Gaza needs to stop existing under Hamas, and Israel is the one attacking them, so obviously they take the land. And that'd be better if they're just under one government at this point. And I think every country that attacks another country should learn from this. That one day that country's gonna say, you know, fuck you, and then you're gone. That is how this works. Which is why it's interesting Iran keeps attacking the U.S. I think a lot of you don't know how powerful the U.S. is, but the U.S. is not like some small, like, weak body of land. A lot of our weapons are, we could delete a country within a matter of days. I think that's what would have happened in Gaza if they did that here. And I would have advocated for that. I would have been a complete jingo in the case of us being attacked. So I don't feel any ill will towards the Israelis for what's been happening it is what it is. Don't attack countries stronger than you. Like, I'm sorry, I have to say, like, I don't give a fuck the reason. Like, if you can't beat someone, maybe you want to talk it out in the most peaceful way possible instead of being, I'm a freedom fighter. Oh no, here comes the fucking Death Star. Like, just fucking stupid, bro. Like, whatever. Anyway, later, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sorry if you're pro-Palestinian, but I really just don't give a fuck. I'm alive, and my country is the strongest on earth, so I think I'll be fine. I don't think I really have to worry about punching up anytime soon. All right, later. Bye.